Hi, we're here today with Veronica, and Veronica is a client at New Life Options, and we're going to learn a little bit about her journey with us here at New Life. So, Veronica, welcome. We're glad to have you here. Could you tell us a little bit about your family?
Yeah, so my family consists of me and my husband. We've been married for 4 years, and we have two beautiful young boys, Archie, who is 3, and Isaac, who is 1 now. And we actually have a new addition coming to the family as well.
Okay, you heard it here. Do we know what we're having?
We do not, and we are actually going to wait till delivery to find out what this little one will be.
Oh my goodness, that's so exciting.
Yes.
I love that you're waiting.
Thank you.
Do you work?
Yeah, so I have a job at McGee Women's Hospital. I do OB ultrasound. I've been doing that for coming on 6 years now, and feels like I haven't been working that long at all because I love my job that much. It is a very powerful and enjoyable job, very exciting. We have all these new parents and experienced parents coming in, and it's really cool now being a mom doing this job because I can really interact with my patients and communicate and just laugh and enjoy the new journeys that they're going through and what I went through. And it makes not only my experience, but I think their appointment and experience better. Everyone's leaving happy with a smiling face, which is awesome. But as with my job, doing ultrasound, us kind of being the first eyes of seeing the baby, there can be a turn not so good in those moments, and that job does get very emotional, and I feel as if God has really led me to do that job because I am able to help support them and be a listening ear or a shoulder that they need for the moments of finding out the news of the unfortunate events. So with that all tied in, it is a very rewarding job, and I'm very thankful to be doing it.
Nice. You know, when we started with Veronica at New Life, we didn't realize that she was an ultrasound tech, and I just find that it's so wonderful how God moved in that way, because doesn't that just really line up with the mission and the ministry here at New Life Options? So I was so excited when I first heard that. So I know you've had a little bit of difficulty in your background, and would you mind sharing with us some of your story?
Yeah. So I grew up in a big family. I'm one of 7 kids. I had 2 sisters and 4 brothers growing up. And it was very fun having a lot of siblings around, and that is one thing as I grew up, what I wanted to have for my own family was a lot of siblings. But come that, there's a lot of separation of time and attention to each child, which I'm now experiencing just with 2 kids. But with that, my parents, we had some struggles, lots of struggles. They unfortunately favored the boys over the girls, and that was exposed to us a lot through our lives as we grew up. So when we got to about 18 years old, we, as in my sisters and I, at that time felt, unfortunately all of us, felt the need to have to leave the house. We did not feel loved and supported when we were there. And so we felt like we needed to leave and take ourselves away from that environment. And so doing so, I chose to leave at 18, where I got an apartment. I went to school. I was going to school for ultrasound. And through that time, there has been minimal interaction with my parents still, but overall, still not good, still not healthy relationship that I had with them. So as time went on, I found myself feeling like I needed more support and more help. So I started going to church on my own, and that really warmed my heart and helped me a lot. But at that time, I had a full-time job, and that is where I met my husband. And him and his family are very involved in the church. So I started going to their church with him at the time, and that has really helped me emotionally and helped me come to a little more stable ground on the relationship that I have with my parents.
Okay. I know that those stories can be hard to share, so we appreciate you telling us that. So when did you first come to New Life Options?
So the first time I ever been introduced here was my sister, my younger sister actually, was taking classes here. And she invited me to a Christmas party that they had. And so I chose to come to find out more about it because my sister raved about this. She was so thankful that she had this. She found so much support and love, and I wanted to meet the people that has helped her through her parenting journey that she had. So I came to the Christmas party, and it was amazing. Everyone was extremely welcoming, very involved. I witnessed with Selena and her little girl, and it was really moving as an older sister to be able to witness that for her. So at that time, time went on, and I got pregnant again with my second, and I came to another Christmas party with Selena, and Melissa actually was the one that told me that I should sign up and get involved and start doing these classes myself to learn the information rather than just hearing much about it from Selena, which was also powerful in itself. So I said, all right, we'll try it out. We'll do that. And Isaac was about probably 3 months old when I started to try and get involved here. And so I had my first appointment set up to come in and sign up. And when I came in, I was very welcomed. The moment I walked into the door, Jen at the front always had a smiling face and helped me back into the classroom, where I was then just informed of the information and how everything's set up here. And so I signed up, and at that time I actually got some classes and moved on from there.
Okay. How'd you feel when you first came in? Your first appointment, did you feel welcomed at New Life? Were you excited? Were you nervous? I'm curious how you felt.
Yeah, so I never really had the nervous feeling. I was very eager and excited just from the experience that I heard from my sister and witnessing her becoming a wonderful mom from the extra support and guidance that she had from this class. So I was really excited for myself to get involved as I am starting my parenting journey. So as we went in, I was definitely more excited than anything to really get my hands on this information and get involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've talked about the classes, and I guess I would like to know, what kinds of classes have you taken, and are there any that have been particularly helpful to you? What are the topics that you've touched on?
Yeah, so a lot of classes I have done. There's one that really stuck to me a lot, was on marriage. And the class pretty much went over a lot of how you can kind of lose your wife and husband setup as you become a parent to young children, and how to keep that love and support for your family. And with that is how much your children witness that love and support of you and your husband. And it really did show when me and my husband would do hug in the kitchen or kiss when we go to bed, or when my sons would see that, they lit up. They were so It was amazing to witness the love that they had, seeing us have love for one another. And unfortunately, that was not something I had growing up. So when I took this class, it really impacted me a lot and really opened my eyes to what I unfortunately was neglected with growing up, that I did not want to have for my own kids. And to see that impact of doing what these classes were kind of telling you to do or advising you to do, it was an amazing turnaround, and it's amazing how happy life really can be. So that one was really nice, and there's some just parenting guidance classes on tantrums of toddlers or eating habits of young children, and just the little tips and tricks that they mention in it have just such a huge impact as well. A big thing that I told my husband while I was doing these classes is how amazing that these inputs of these classes have been such well-timed in my life, because I would just take a class and then an event would happen in the house and I would already know how to handle it appropriately because I just took that class 2 days ago. So that, I mean, if that's not a saying of how wonderful these classes fit in with everything, it's been wonderful.
We're so glad to hear stories like that, where the classes are so impactful to parents. Our client advocates work with our clients, and they are so good at picking out what's appropriate at certain points in our clients' lives. So, Veronica, I'm so glad to hear that that's actually really working for you.
Yeah, really much.
Yeah, and we use Bright Course. It's a program we use that is Christ-centered, and that is how our clients get their lessons. So I would like to know from you, Veronica, how easy do you find it to navigate those Bright Course lessons? And the lessons are generally coming to our clients online. So do you like that system? Does it work for you?
Yes, so I think it is very helpful. Being a busy mom of 2 and I'm a part-time worker right now doing the OB ultrasound. I actually do the classes on my lunch breaks. That's kind of a nice time that I can really have time to myself and focus on the information. And what also is amazing is I have lunch with my coworker, and she'll kind of listen in on the classes too. And I'll pause. What's nice is there's a feature to pause it, and me and her will just discuss it of the information. So it's kind of cool that it's reaching out to more people. And we'll go kind of through the classes together sometimes. And so that while you're doing the class, it also has like key point questions through it, which helps you kind of reinforce the information that you're getting. And you could take like the questions while the video is happening, or you could watch the whole video and then take the questions at the end. But then at the end, there's a finish button, and it kind of shows you if you got the answers right or wrong, and then you move on to your next class, and that is it there.
All right, that's a great summary of the classes. So our clients earn lots of baby things when they finish classes. So I would like Veronica to tell us a little bit about what she's earned. What are some of the things that you've earned since you've been coming?
So what's nice is you can get some diapers and wipes for each class that you do, which is a very helpful necessity that you need with young children. What's also nice is you can pick out some clothes, and along with some food items, bottles, sippy cups. I've gotten shampoo and lotions, which is very nice. Some shoes. Some toys, which the kids really enjoy, some new toys if they'd like those. So a lot, I feel like there's a lot
Lots of good things.
you offer. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. That is why we're here. So could you give us a little look at what it's like to walk through your visit? When you come in the door, what happens until you leave?
So I usually come with my 2 boys. And so we walk in, and there's Jen at the front. Always this welcoming, smiling face, which is great to see in the morning. And we get in, we sign in, and she goes and grabs my advocate, who's Miss D. And she comes out very excited to see us all, hugs all around, which is so sweet to watch my little boys growing such a bond with somebody. And so as we go in, they have a playroom for the kids, which is really nice. So the little boys, they already know what toys they like here, so they go to whichever toy they like. And at that time, they're playing. Miss D and I are able to discuss the classes that we did, which is very nice to just not only reinforce the thought of the class, but there's key points that you would get, or if you have questions on understanding the class a little better, she's able to help guide you and support you through those. Even if you didn't understand it and you liked it, and just talk about life experiences with one another is really nice to have that support added into it all. So at that time, she'll then go down and play with the kids and watch them a bit for me to be able to go into your boutique that you have and grab the things that I need for the babies. And at that time, we come back out, we meet up, and we all gather around and we say a nice prayer with each other. And what's really nice is my Archie, being older, have been getting very involved in praying. So sometimes he'll join in and say a prayer with us all too. And what's his favorite part is he gets a treat at the end that you guys have, this little treat basket with little lollipops or gummies or a little trinket toy. And so that's really cute to see him get excited over that. But we say that lovely prayer, and she'll help walk me to the car, which is extremely helpful, being a mom of two, to have that extra hand to help guide you. And then we're on our way, and then she'll send me new classes. And as you were saying, like her working to guide them, it's nice, like she'll send me classes that I didn't even think to tell her about. Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad she did, because again, it is just amazing the timing that these classes come into you.
Nice. It sounds like you also have a really good relationship with Dee.
Yeah.
And we work really hard to have our client advocates foster a relationship with our clients, and it's really nice to see when it's such a good match like that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see that. So you talked just a little bit about going to church, and can you tell us a little bit more about your faith life? Maybe your faith life at home even.
So we're Christians. We go to Gospel Alliance Church. We have been going, well, I guess since we've been dating, so I've been going for like 10, 12 years now, regularly, and that in itself, the power of prayer really is something when you start doing it. It's nice. We pray before dinner. We pray before bed. Archie's now 3, and it's nice to see him get excited to pray through it all. And my 1-year-old now will put his hands together and then start clapping when we're done. And to have that just feel of that presence of God is just wonderful. There was moments now, him getting older and being aware more. Some things are scary in life. We were in a public restroom and there were sounds and very echoey room, and Archie goes, I'm a little scared. And I go, don't be scared, Archie. You're okay. We're going to get out of here soon. He said, I'm not that scared because God is with me. And my heart was just like, I'm like, you're right, Archie. God is always with you. That is really nice. And so just that, hearing that as a mom to a sweet little boy really means a lot in itself.
It does, and I love hearing that story. And you know, Veronica, that doesn't happen by accident. I mean, you've clearly instilled a love of God in your kids, and your prayer life with them is so important. So I'm just happy to see that you've been able to bring that into your marriage and into your child rearing. So it's really great to hear that. It has been really great talking to you. Is there anything else at all that you would like to share with our audience before we're done?
Yeah, I would say this is a wonderful opportunity in many, many ways to be coming here. Just the extra support, the information, the love, the caringness, the diapers are always nice to have. It has touched you in many, many ways through this journey, and I feel so strong and more confident in my parenting. And I just love watching my little boys grow and me knowing how to handle any situation with love rather than anger or neglect that I unfortunately have been upbrought with. And it's nice to not keep those patterns happening in my own parenting with my children. And these classes have really opened my eyes to what is expected and what is God's will to be a great mom and dad to these sweet little babies. So I think it is a wonderful program here, and I would recommend it to anybody.
You know, I'm
thank you.
so glad to hear that, and I thank you. I appreciate you sharing everything you've shared today, and just know how honored we are to be walking through this stage of your life with you, and how much we all love you here at New Life.
Thank you. Thank you.